ਨਾਮ ਹਿਰਦੈ ਮੈਂ ਦੀਨੋ,
ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਨਾਮ ਹਿਰਦੈ ਮੈਂ ਦੀਨੋ।
ਜਨਮ ਜਨਮ ਕੀ ਮੈਲ ਗਈ,
ਜਨਮ ਜਨਮ
ਕੀ ਮੈਲ ਗਈ, ਜਨਮ ਜਨਮ ਕੀ ਮੈਲ ਗਈ,
ਜਨਮ ਜਨਮ ਕੀ
ਮੈਲ ਗਈ। ਗੁਰਪੁਰੈ ਮੇਰੀ ਰਾਖ ਲਈ, ਗੁਰਪੁਰੈ ਮੇਰੀ ਰਾਖ ਲਈ, ਗੁਰਪੁਰੈ ਮੇਰੀ ਰਾਖ ਲਈ, ਗੁਰਪੁਰੈ ਮੇਰੀ ਰਾਖ ਲਈ। ਨਿਵਰੇ ਦੂਤ ਦੁਸਤ ਬੈਰਾਈ, ਨਿਵਰੇ ਦੂਤ ਦੁਸਤ ਬੈਰਾਈ, ਨਿਵਰੇ ਦੂਤ ਦੁਸਤ ਬੈਰਾਈ। ਗੁਰਪੁਰੇ ਕਾ ਜਪਿਆ ਜਾਪ, ਗੁਰਪੁਰੇ ਕਾ ਜਪਿਆ ਜਾਪ, ਗੁਰਪੁਰੇ ਕਾ ਜਪਿਆ ਜਾਪ,
ਗੁਰਪੁਰੈ ਕਾ ਜਪਿਆ ਜਾਪ।
ਗੁਰਪੁਰੇ ਕਾ ਜਪਿਆ ਜਾ, ਗੁਰਪੁਰੇ ਕਾ ਜਪਿਆ ਜਾ, ਗੁਰਪੁਰੇ ਕਾ ਜਪਿਆ ਜਾ, ਗੁਰਪੁਰੇ ਕਾ ਜਪਿਆ ਜਾ, ਗੁਰਪੁਰੇ ਕਾ ਜਪਿਆ ਜਾਪ, ਗੁਰਪੁਰੇ ਕਾ ਜਪਿਆ ਜਾ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਗੁਰਪੁਰੇ ਕਾ ਜਪਿਆ ਜਾਪ, ਗੁਰਪੁਰੇ ਕਾ ਜਪਿਆ ਜਾਪ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਗੁਰਪੁਰੇ ਕਾ ਜਪਿਆ ਜਾਪ, ਗੁਰਪੁਰੇ ਕਾ ਜਪਿਆ ਜਾਪ। ਕਹਾ ਕਰੇ ਕੋਈ ਬੇਚਾਰਾ, ਕਹਾ ਕਰੇ ਕੋਈ ਬੇਚਾਰਾ, ਪ੍ਰਭ ਮੇਰੇ ਕਾ ਬਦ ਪਰਤਾਪ, ਮੇਰੇ ਕਾ ਬਦ ਪਰਤਾਪ, ਪ੍ਰਭ ਮੇਰੇ ਕਾ ਬਦ ਪਰਤਾਪ, ਪ੍ਰਭ ਮੇਰੇ ਕਾ ਬਦ ਪਰਤਾਪ। ਗੁਰਪੁਰੈ ਮੇਰੀ ਰਾਖ ਲਈ, ਗੁਰਪੁਰੈ ਮੇਰੀ ਰਾਖ ਲਈ, ਗੁਰਪੁਰੈ ਮੇਰੀ ਰਾਖ ਲਈ, ਗੁਰਪੁਰੈ ਮੇਰੀ ਰਾਖ ਲਈ। ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਨਾਮ ਹਿਰਦੈ ਮੈਂ ਦੀਨੋ, ਜਪੋ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਨਾਮ ਹਿਰਦੈ ਮੈਂ ਦੀਨੋ, ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਨਾਮ ਹਿਰਦੈ ਮੈਂ ਦੀਨੋ, ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਨਾਮ ਹਿਰਦੈ ਮੈਂ ਸੁਖ ਪਾਇਆ ਸਿਮਰ 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 ਸੁਖ ਪਾਇਆ ਚਰਨ ਕਮਲ ਰਖ ਮਨ ਮਾਈ ਚਰਨ ਕਮਲ ਰਖ ਮਨ ਮਾਈ ਤਾਂ ਕੀ ਸ਼ਰਨ ਪਰਿਓ ਨਾਨਕ ਦਾਸ ਤਾਂ ਕੀ ਸ਼ਰਨ ਪਰਿਓ ਨਾਨਕ ਦਾਸ जाते ऊपर को नाई जाते ऊपर को नाई जाते ऊपर को नाई जाते ऊपर को नाई गुरपुर मेरी राख लई गुरपुर मेरी राख लई गुरपुर मेरी राख लई गुरपुर मेरी राख लई अमृत नाम हृदय में दीनो 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 जन्म जन्म की मैल गई जन्म जन्म की मैल गई गुरपुर मेरी राख लई 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 जपो सारे गुरपुर
मेरी राख लई
गुरपुर मेरी राख लई अमृत नाम हृदय में दीनो अमृत नाम हृदय में दीनो जन्म जन्म की मैल गई
जन्म जन्म की
मैल गई गुरपुर मेरी राख लई गुरपुर मेरी राख लई वाहिगुरु जी खूब प्यारी साध संगत जी so grateful for the second opportunity to do some Vidara at Aberdeen Gurdwara Sahib. I must have said something right to make me come back for a second time. Thank you for your Sisa and for your Sangat, because without Sangat, Das and any other Katha Vajik, if that's what you want to call me, is nothing. We need the Sisa of the Sangat to keep us going, but most importantly, to overcome even that. We need to do our Das to ourselves. I seen a quote this morning that really resonated with what today I want to talk about. And it was that fall in love with yourself, encourage yourself, and do good for yourself and be strong for yourself. And that might sound like a selfish thing to do, because you're probably thinking, if I do that, then is that not selfish? But Sat Sangat Ji, if we don't make ourselves strong, if we don't protect ourselves to Guru Sahib, if we don't make Guru Sahib our protector, our Raka, then we're not strong enough to help anyone else. So first we need to figure out ourselves. We need to connect with Vaheguru in such a way that we fall in love with ourselves, because within ourselves is Vaheguru, Sat Sangat Ji. We forget this. And once you connect, and once you bring Vaheguru, Guru Sahib into your life by connecting to Gurbani, only then we can help others. What happens, Sat Sangat Ji, I've seen a lot in this day and age. We don't read Gurbani, we don't implement it into our lives. We become these formality Sikhs, formality Gurdwara goers. Then what happens is we struggle to help others. If you think back in Guru Sahib's time, how strong the Sikh were then, because they had so much faith in Maharaj, because they knew Gurpure Meri Rakli, they knew that Gurpure, the perfect Guru, is my protector. But we have forgotten this, Sat Sangat Ji. We don't have that faith, we don't have that Shraddha, we don't have that Pyar. And this is why we struggle to help anyone else, because we can't even help ourselves. So it's not selfish to help yourself, but help yourself in such a positive way that you become so strong that you remember Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru 24/7 on your lips. You don't even have to physically say it. It should become to a point in your life that Vaheguru becomes the norm. Not just when you see someone in Bala Fateh, not when you just come to the Gurdwara, not just even in your home, but everywhere you go. Whether you're in work, whether you're in school, whether you're outside in the shops or someone else's house, Vaheguru must be with you all the time. I've met some Singhs and I'm nowhere near that level, or no, and never will be. That Singh you can see, I remember one time I went to Hamandir Sahib and I was doing Nityanam in the morning, and there was a Singh that you can almost feel the vibration coming off of him, because all he was doing was Guru, 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 just constantly. But then if you do that from a physical sense, speaking out, eventually that becomes a part of you. Come through your veins, come through your body, vibrates. So that means wherever you go, then you're able to help others. So without the strength within yourself, we can't help anyone, Sat Sangat Ji. Gurpure Mere Rakli, we just sang this Shabad, the perfect Guru, they're here to protect us. Now how can they protect us? Amrit Naam Hriday Mein Deeno. Through this nectar, through this Amrit. Now nectar, Amrit, is not just from Amrit Sanchar, it's also through this Simran. Maharaj always gives us the solution in the Shabad. First, sometimes Maharaj starts off to be quite harsh. You think, why Guru? Maharaj is, slapping me here. But they're teaching you a lesson. Then they give you the formula at the end as well. Shabad is so beautiful that they give you what you're doing wrong and they give you a formula. So Guru Sahib is so amazing that they always give us a formula. Now through Simran, how can our sins be washed away, Sat Sangat Ji? You're probably thinking, I say Vaheguru all the time. I'm still a puppy. But that's because you're not truly connecting to what you should be connecting to. You're just saying the word. This is why just saying the word is good, but you have to bring that into yourself. Understand that word. Now we all know what Guru means. Guru, so Vaheguru, the wondrous creator, the wow. That Vaheguru that created everything. That's why we say Vah. And then Guru, what does Guru do? The Guru takes us from where? From the darkness into the light. As you know, the word Guru means darkness and Ru means to the light. And only the Guru can do that. The Gurpure, the perfect Guru. That's been given to all of us. That we're so fortunate to sit in Aberdeen Gurdwara Sahib and have Guru Sahib Hajan Hajan in front of us. And it's a treasure chest of the best way in life. Because we're not reading it, because we're not implementing anything to our lives, we're doing our Nityanam, we just read it, oh, Nityanam done, okay, we're done. But no, we have to sit down. If it means even just taking one thing away, just one akkar, that's worth more than reading Japji Sahib just for formality. I'm not saying don't read Japji Sahib because it's important. It's like sometimes you don't feel hungry and you have something to eat because you think it's time to eat. Those who stick to this kind of 3 meal a day situation, you have sometimes, you don't feel hungry for the third meal, but you have it. There's some days doing Bani, reading Part will be like that. But that doesn't mean you give up. Same way you don't give up eating food, because when you see that food and you see the steam coming from the patila, you think, wow, Vaheguru, it's my favourite dish made today. And you'll eat it even though you're not hungry. We've got to have the same understanding through Gurbani. Some days you will struggle, but the days you don't, and the days you really feel in that craft, that kitch to Gurbani, then that day concentrate on it full and bring it into your lives. So this is why I always do Simran and start off with a Shabad, because it helps me connect. Because without Gurbani, we are fraudsters. We need Gurbani for ourselves to stay afloat. So I have down days as well. We all, especially in this day with mental health on the rise, we do struggle. So we need Gurbani into our lives. And once we bring Gurbani into our life, what did Mara say? Next night, that we can kill all these demons and dust. What are these demons? Dust, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Mohankar. They are robbing us every day, Sasangi. They're the demons. They're the dust. They're the one that's killing us every day. When we let them enter our mind, then we struggle. This is why Mara says, Man jeet hai jag jeet. Conquer this mind first, Sasangi, then you can achieve anything. This is why you've got to conquer the mind for yourself, so then you can help the Sangha, then you can help others. I mentioned about doing Simran everywhere you go, because if you're in a workplace, school, streets, shops, no matter where you are, if this Simran is going through you, if you understand your purpose in life, then you can help others no matter what setting you're in. You find we have as Sikh, as Indians, we always have this extra pressure of having to do our best. It's the way it is in work. I was saying to Viji a few weeks ago when I was here in Aberdeen, and he actually wasn't understanding what I was saying, but sometimes we almost feel like this guilt of not doing well. I'm not sure if I can relate to that. When you're an Asian, when you're a Sikh, when you're an Indian, Punjabi person, sometimes you've got to prove yourself, prove your worth. And I sometimes feel like that at work. But that's not a bad thing. If you flip it around, it can be positive as well. Because then we always try to shine, which is a good thing. This is why sometimes we do stand out from the crowd. Because you see, this guy, he goes over and above. This thing, he's crazy with Pyar. You start helping other team members out, and they're like, you're not even in my team. But that's because all I can see is Vaheguru within that person. And once we understand that, we can see Vaheguru in that person. That's what I mean, doesn't matter where you are. Always remember Vaheguru, because then you will help everybody. You see everybody in the same light. Regardless of they're Morna, Kala, yellow, black, white, you see Vaheguru in that person, you will help that person. And that is true compassion. Doesn't matter, you don't judge. So how can we get rid of these dusts? We get rid of them by meditating. So Maharaj gives a solution. Once we start jumping Naam, Maharaj said, let Gur Pure Ka Japya Jap. By through the perfect Guru, we meditate. Then Maharaj says, Kaha kare koi bichara. What can happen after that? Once you meditate, nothing will affect you. Because the greatness of Vaheguru is within you. So nothing will affect you. Because you've implemented it into your mind, into your life. So Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Mohankar, they're the demons. Because why? Because let's look at these Kam. We say this in our Das, protect me from Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Mohankar. But we understanding. So Kam, very powerful. Kam means for the desire of wanting more. And when Kam enters the mind, we need that thing. And what happens is, we have expectations in life. It's another thing that kills us in life, especially the Punjabis. We have these expectations. And so we Kam for these expectations, we lust for these expectations. We want, I need this new iPhone. What happens is, when you don't receive it, what's the next card that kicks in? Krodh, anger kicks in. You think, Vaheguru, I couldn't get this new iPhone 15. So you start becoming angry. So then you're attacked now by lust for wanting more. Then you're now attacked by greed. Because Krodh then leads Kam, Krodh, Lobh, greed. You become greedy. Because what ends up happening, through your lustful action, through the anger, you eventually receive the product, you get your iPhone 15, but then you become greedy. You think, 15, I need 15 Pro. Because you become greedy, you become lobby. So you want more and more. It doesn't end. Then you say, 15 Pro, I want 15 Pro Max. I want the big one. So it never ends. This is why we must find contentment through Gurbani. It never ends. And then what comes next, Sangatji? Once the greed kicks in, more attachment. Then we become attached. I've met Gursikhs, and I can say this in Guru Sahib's charan, that I know Gursikhs, I'll say to them, can I have your 15 Pro Max? And they would just hand it to me without even saying anything. Keep it, Singh. It's just a phone. But then the ones who don't understand Gurbani, the ones who have that attachment, they'll be like, Bhai Guru, tu pagal hai? I'm not giving you this phone. Cost me £1,500. And these are things I know who have got Batera Pesa, they've got so much. I'm not saying go around asking for someone's phone because that's not right either. I'm just giving an example. That more comes in attachment. Now what's next after attachment is the ego, the pride. Ankar kicks in. Because once you have the 15 Pro Max, you think, I'm better than you because you've only got 15. And then you say, I'm better than you because you've only got 15 Pro. And then you start going one step ahead, 15 Pro Max, 1 terabyte. It never ends, Sasangji, it never ends. And this is why through Gurbani we must obtain that contentment. We must jump that naam. And that's why Maharaj gives a solution. Simara, Simara, Simara Sukh Paya. Through the Simran, only then Sukh comes. Through that Simran, we only receive Sukh then. And once you find that peace, then that's it, your mind is set. But don't just do it just for formality. If you're going to jump that naam, do it with pyar. And do it unconditionally, Sasangji. That's why Maharaj meant by Joto Prem Kalan Ka Chao, that you want to play this game of love with me. Don't play it like you play your games in the house, Sony PlayStation. Play the game truly. Play it with so much pyar, unconditional love, that you make Guru Sahib your bride, your husband, your father, your mother, your daughter, your son. Why I say that? Because that love you have for those members of your family, 99.9% is unconditional. You don't have conditions. You don't love your son with a condition or your daughter with a condition. You love your mother and father unconditional. So when you love Guru Sahib in the same way, then you won't have these expectations in life. Because what happens is when you have conditions, Maharaj, I'll love you if you bless me with a new car. Maharaj, I'll love you if you bless me with a new house. Maharaj, I'll love you if you bless me with a new 15 Pro Max 1 terabyte. There's no harm in asking for these worldly things because we are part of the world. But when you do ask for these worldly things, remember they do come with conditions because these things can destroy you, but at the same time they can make you as well. Through Guru Sahib Kripa, this tool, these phones, you can do so much goodness. But the flip side, they're very dangerous as well. So you've got to make sure the tools that you are being given, the ones you're asking for these worldly goods, use them in the right way. I don't like calling out Sangat, but I'm going to call it Virji from Aberdeen because I remember the smagams happened here. Beautiful big house, doesn't care, open up the door to everyone. Ado, smagam round mines, free for all. People were hanging from the roof and Virji just smiling away. And that's what you call unconditional love. Sorry, Virji, for calling you on this, but it had to be said. That's unconditional love. He doesn't even care if his roof falls down. As long as Sangat Guru is happening, Virji wasn't bothered. And I said that to him when I came last time. Beautiful seva. I would struggle with it. I would be like, I just bought a new house. And my nephews come round and they were touching all the walls and saw this brand new white paint. I was like, why Guru? Watch your walls. Why Guru? I just got a new bed, Vicky. Don't put anything on it. Because we're attached to these things. I could never be in that level of beauty. So I'm just giving an example that has to be through unconditional pyar. Because only truly then you connect to Guru Sahib. And the formula is all here. Every Shabad gives us a formula to connect. But we don't spend time reading and understanding. But And don't just read the translations, try to do codes of the Gurbani as well, and it goes so deep. Gyaniji is amazing. I've spoken to them, they can sit there all day going through one akkar. And that's when you, even if I'd rather do that than reading a whole Shabbat just for the formality. I've got this habit, I'll read same Shabbos over and over again because I want it to stick in my mind, I want to connect with it. Some people say, oh, you do the same Shabbat all the time. I go, I don't care, because that Shabbat is getting me through life. It's better than reading 10 Shabbats a day and then not implementing anything into your life. It's about unconditional satsang. And then those dust, those kam, krodh, lom, ahankar, we can get rid of those things. Those vikara that attack us every day and take us off the path of being Chardi Kala Sikh of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. But you have to do the code. I'll finish off with one Saki that connects this all to help us understand. Because some people say, I do Vaheguru every day, nothing changes. I read my part every day, nothing changes. And let's look at this Saki by Guru Nanak Dev Ji, who went to Baghdad and met Dasgir. Apologies if you already heard it, but it's this Saki is beautiful and it helps us connect. Guru Nanak Ji Maharaj on their travels, as you know, Guru Nanak Dev travels so much. They went to Baghdad and they met Dasgir. And Dasgir was sitting, he was a Raja, he was sitting on his platform very high like Rajas do on a king. And Guru Nanak Ji Maharaj came and they sat down. So humble Guru Nanak Ji Maharaj, even though they were Guru themselves, they sat down underneath the Raja, just below them, on the lower platform. And the Dasgir was very happy to see Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. They were obviously overwhelmed. Those who met Guru, people used to follow Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj's feet. They just fell over. Some people used to faint when they met the Guru. We should try to think about this. So when people met Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, they were in awe. They were overwhelmed. And Dasgir says, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, I want to ask you 3 questions. And Guru says, no problem, ask. And he says, where is God? And what was before God? And what does God do? So Guru says, okay, no problem, I'm going to ask you, I need something from you before I answer these questions. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj says, can you get me a glass of milk? Some stones. So he sent his servants to go and get this glass of milk. And the glass of milk came. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj looked at this and he says, this milk, there's something in this milk. It's not right. And Dasgir was like, no, this is pure, fresh milk. It's just been milked fresh this morning from the cow. There's nothing in this milk. He goes, there is. He says, in this milk, there's cheese. In this milk, there's sweet. In this milk, there's dye. He goes, but I can't see it. It's just milk. He goes, I know, but if you churn this milk, you ask me the question, that where is God? He goes, if you churn this milk, then these surprises will come. If you churn within yourself by jumping Nam, then Vaheguru will come into yourself as well, into your hirda, into your mind. But you can't see it straight away, you have to churn. That's what Maharaj Guru Nanak said, that's where God is. You've got to churn to find God. Dasgir was overwhelmed by this answer. Maharaj always had a beautiful answer for everything he got asked, because they were the Guru end of the day, Guru Pura, perfect one. Second question, he says, you asked me, what was before God? So Guru Nanak Ji Maharaj laid the stones on the ground and then started to count. So he goes to Dasgir, count these stones. And Dasgir says, okay, 1, 2, and Guru Nanak says, stop, you've made a mistake, start again. Dasgir was confused, so he started again. 1, 2, 3, and Guru Nanak just stopped Dasgir again and says, you've done it wrong. He goes, but I'm doing it right, I'm counting 1, what am I doing? He goes, do it one more time. So he counts again, 1, 2, and Guru Nanak stops him again for the 3rd time. He goes, I don't understand why you stopped me, I'm counting. He goes, you asked me what was before God. He goes, what's before 1? He says, nothing. He goes, exactly, there's nothing before God. Because God has always been here and always will be here. There's nothing, it's just the one, Ik. Again, Dasgir was blown away by this response from Guru Nanak Ji Maharaj. There's nothing before the one. Because Ik, Oankar. Because they're the one. They're our creator, destroyer, and sustainer. 3rd question. Guru Nanak Ji goes all quiet and closes their eyes. The Sikh goes, ask you a third question, that what does God do? And Guru Nanak Ji Maharaj says, you're asking me all these questions like I'm the teacher and you're the student, but I'm sitting here on the floor and you're sitting on your platform. He goes, why don't we swap places so it looks more professional? Because if you're asking me questions like a teacher, then I must sit on the platform and you two sit on the floor here. And Daskir says, no problem. They have respect for Guru Sahib. So they changed places and sat on the floor, and Guru Nanak Ji Maharaj sat on the platform, on their gaddi. And then he went quiet and they closed their eyes again, Guru Nanak Ji Maharaj. And Daskir's waiting for the response at what does God do? And 5 minutes go past, 10 minutes go past. Daskir goes, I'm still waiting for my response. And Guru Nanak Ji Maharaj goes, sorry. You asked me, what does God do? What God does is those who jap naam, those who meditate on their name, and those who have pyar, he puts them in the higher place, and he puts the person who doesn't on the lower place. That's what God does. So Guru Nanak Ji Maharaj was sitting up there high, and that's God's way of showing the pyar. And that's what Guru Sahib does to us when we jap naam, when we have pyar, when we connect to Gurbani. The love that's shown towards you is priceless. The same love that I showed Virji from Habib about his house, because that's not him. That is through Gurbani. That is the pyar he has for Vaheguru. Same with Virji Sardar Singh. Sorry, again, mention another person, so much pyar. Again, someone who's opened his doors up to Guru Sahib, creating a Gurdwara in his own house. Where does that pyar come from? It comes from serving Vaheguru. But we first must understand Vaheguru within us, then we can help others. Like it says at the start, love yourself, do ardas to yourself, encourage yourself, so then you can help others and encourage others. Without yourself being, if you're empty, then it's hard to help anyone else. So try to connect Gurbani, do Simran Pyar Danal, and implement Gurbani into your life. And believe me, 100%, I guarantee you, your life will change. So forgive me for many mistakes. I can talk for Scotland. I'm so thankful for this opportunity again. And Maharaj Kripa Kare, I can come back again and listen to some Kirtan from the Kirtans that hear beautiful Shabad this morning. Rag Pita, Prabh Meri, Maharaj, they are our Pita, they are our Mata. Let's make them our soul bride, our husband, Lord, our son, daughter, mother, father. So we have that unconditional love that when we see anyone else, all we see is Vaheguru. Maharaj Kripa Kare, forgive me for many mistakes that I've made. And please bless me with your Sisa, Satsang Ji. Sai Fateh Bula, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji